There's a new book that takes a look at how big money and high stakes have transformed youth sports and how once healthy, fun activities for kids turn into all-consuming endeavors, filling children and families with stress and anxiety.
It's called Take Back the Game, How Money and Mania Are Ruining Kids Sports and Why It Matters. It's written by Linda Flanagan. She joins us live. She's a freelance journalist, researcher, former cross-country and track coach as well. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
So, Linda, I think, all of us remember growing up and it was a lot less competitive. You weren't doing baseball year-round, and I was trying to think when this started, but you said there is a definite time and it can be traced back to the late 70s. Talk about that.
Right. Well, at the end, in the 70s, there was a bad recession. If you were alive for it, you might remember. And that just created a lot of economic anxiety among families. And that was combined with a shrinking in the size of the family and disruption in the family unit, more divorce and that sort of thing. And public funding then kind of fell away from youth sports. And it was filled in then later, beginning, especially during the 90s, with private clubs and leagues who recognized there was greater demand from Title IX and all the girls getting into sports, and
So, Linda,
just took off.
It seems like the craziness is driven by parents who want or think their kids can be D1 players and get a scholarship, or perhaps fulfilling whatever their shortcomings from their kids. Is it more than that?
Well, it is more than that. I identify three main reasons in my book. One is the money. The second is just the changed nature of childhood and the different expectations parents feel they have for their kids. Essentially, our moral worth as parents is now tied to our kids' success. And sports are one way for kids to succeed visibly and for us parents to feel like we're doing a good job. And the third, of course, is colleges and universities have become so expensive and competitive, it seems impossible to get into them. And, but then you have colleges, they need to coaches need to fill their rosters. So that combined with some of the advantages and admissions have just changed the nature of youth sports.
This statistic I read from you is unbelievable. Competitive kids sports is a $19 billion industry. Is that more than the NFL, did you say?
Yes. Yes, I know, it's hard to believe. It is hard to believe.
And so, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I think it's really important for parents and families to know that there are a lot of people profiting off their kids. And it's not that they're bad people. I think, many coaches and league owners, they love sports and they want kids to play, but their purpose is to make money. And, that's the bottom line. And I think parents always need to keep that in mind when they're engaging in this.
Well, I wonder, maybe both sides, the coaches, and not all of them, of course, some coaches and some parents maybe don't have the kids' best interest at heart. There need to be an independent arbiter here to say, this is how we're going to do kids' sports?
Well, there are various reform ideas out there about how to get kind of youth sports back on track. And one idea is to establish a ministry of sports, some sort of government body that would bake youth sports into the administrative state is kind of the expression for it. But it seems unlikely that that's going to happen, especially given the mood in the country. But I do really encourage parents and public citizens to take an interest in trying to correct some of the shortcomings. And there are ways, short of having a new bureaucracy in place, to kind of correct some of what we're seeing.
Which is what?
Starting with the family.
Yeah.
So starting with family not being so all sports encompassed. And tell people, just to give you an idea, for every parent you meet, everyone, like Larry said, thinks they're going to have a kid that goes D1. What are the odds of a kid, even a great athlete, making it to, where they can get a full scholarship to college?
Well, first of all, only 6% of high school athletes play in college. So
6%?
you're already talking 6%.
Okay.
And 2% of those high school athletes get any money at all.
Wow.
Wow.
So, very few athletes, very few high school players go on to get any kind of money. Those who do tend to be in football and basketball. So the idea that there's some pot of gold here while it's true for a small number, for the majority of kids who play in college, there's not a lot of a financial benefit.
Wow. Well, Linda Flanagan, it's fascinating. It's called Take Back the Game, How Money and Mania Are Ruining Kids' Sports and Why It Matters. You can check out positivecoach.org, and Linda's on Twitter there as well. Thanks, Linda.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thank you.